ハイパースピードメディア。
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We just got back from Miata at the Gaps. So I took my lifted Miata right there to Miata at the Gap. Had a fun time going off trail and on the tail of the Dragon. If you haven't seen that video yet, go ahead and watch it. I'll put the links below. For this episode, we're gonna focus back on the truck. It's almost complete. The next thing I'm gonna do is probably fabricate the intercooler piping. So we'll get that done for this video, and then I'll show you how to do it. And then if you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get started. All right, let's take a look at the engine bay. As you can see, the intercooler is right there. And I'm gonna focus more on the turbo side for now. So the outlet of the turbo is 2-inch, and the piping for the intercooler is 2.5. So what I did was I got one of these silicone holes right here. That is the elbow shape, 90 degree from 2-inch to 2.5. And that's gonna convert the size from 2-inch to 2.5 for me. But as you can see, it's slightly too long, which is good because then you can modify it. And so what I'm gonna do is probably cut about 3-inch off of the smaller side right here, and that should bring it up 3-inch closer, which give me a room to put my 90 degree pipe. I'll insert that and then angle it down also, so it should made up to around right here. And all I have to do is focus on another 90 degree bend on the bottom, and it should line up. So let's get started on that. All right, so I just cut about 3-inch off of it. Now it's time to insert this in. Should have enough room to clamp it down. All right, so now I just gotta focus on the 90 degree bend from here to there. Okay, so I think we're in luck because I'm using a 45 degree pipe right here, and it looks like I could even just insert this in for it to work. So all I have to do is kind of like tilt this up a little bit and maybe modify this a little bit right here. It should line up, kind of lined up. So let's see what happens. So all I have to do is maybe have to trim a little bit off of the pipe. We'll see. Let me insert it first and see if it fits. If it fits, then that means I don't have to weld anything, and the turbo side should be good to go. There you go. Looks pretty good. That's pretty much complete for the turbo side. Now you got to focus more on the throttle side. As you can see on the throttle side, it's a little bit more tougher. All right, coming to the throttle side, it looks like I can make it work with just these two parts. So I got a short 90 degree bend right here, that's cast aluminum. And I have a longer 90 degree bend tubing right here. So I was thinking to insert the longer tube on the bottom, so it should be lined up to about right here, and then weld this to the top after I trim a little bit off of it. So I'm assuming with a little bit of trimming I can make this work. So I might have to trim about right there. So I'm going to have to trim about 6-inch off of here. And I think I can make it work and weld these pieces together. Okay, it looks like I need to cut a little bit off the end right here as well. So I might cut another 2 or 3 inch off of here, and that should shorten it up to fit it in a lot easier. Okay, here's the final outcome. I think what I'm going to do is just weld that piece together to that. And that's how it should look like. It bends a little bit outward. This goes to the throttle body, and this goes to the intercooler piping at the bottom. And that should be it. If you don't have a welder, you could just put a silicone coupler between these two and it should be just as fine. Another thing I recommend is get a bead roller and roll pipe so the silicone hose could hold it on better. Okay, looks like I need to trim a little bit more. Alright, so this is how it looks so far. Got my little 90-degree bend right there coming from the intercooler. And I got a little bit more ways to go. I got two pipes to play around with. Again, this is the more tighter bend, and here's more like the 60-degree bend. I think I'm going to play around with this one first to get this to kind of lined up. So it needs to be cut a little bit more. Okay guys, so after many cuts later and trimming and test fitting back and forth, able to get it to mount perfectly. So it's just tape on right now. So what I'm going to do next is just tack weld it in place and then weld it completely. So the top is going to use silicone hose to adapt the two together, and the bottom will be welded together. So that's the final product. See, that's how it looks. Alright guys, so the intercooler piping for the cold side is complete. So here's a used throttle cable from a Mazda Miata. This is from the 94 and up, so the 1.8 engine. The length of it is slightly longer than 1.6, and it should line up with the factory hose on the B2200. It's very tricky to kind of remove this if you're trying to remove the B2000 one. You have to pinch both sides from left to right and then pry it out. So Flying Miata do sell a tool to remove this easier, but if you're not worried about your old one being damaged, you could just rip it out. Just so you know, I won't be filming underneath the car there because it's kind of hard to film, but I'll show you after this is already installed. Okay, so here's the factory B2000 throttle cable. It's very short. As you can see, it won't line up over there. So we're gonna have to remove it. So I'm going to go to inside the car and remove that right now. I won't be able to film that, so you'll just see me install the new one in here. Alright, so I got the gas pedal out, so it makes it a lot easier to remove that throttle cable. I'm going to do that next, but I just want to show you the pedal and how to remove the pedal. It's basically two 10mm right here holding it in place, and you want to disconnect the electrical system right here. And to remove this piece right here, you just have to go to the back, pinch it, and push it through. Once you pinch it and push it through, it will slide right out. And next, what I'm going to do also is replace this whole braking system right here. And at the clutch, I want to knock this all out in one piece. So we'll remove that, and install the new part. Okay, to remove the brake booster, there's basically 4 bolts in the back. Just got to loosen it on right near behind the brake pedal. Just got to unscrew that, it'll pop right out. Make sure when you're installing it, you install it with this vent hole to the left side and not on the right side. So the new brake booster doesn't come with this piece right here, so we're going to have to remove that. And it's just a 14mm right here. And if it's tight, you can put a wrench in here and just twist it. That's how you get it out. transfer this to the new brake booster. You could adjust this later on when we install it and see how the pedal feel. For now, we're going to put it back in here. Don't forget to transfer the gasket right here from here to here also. Now I'm going to go to the back and make sure it's inserted into the pedal and then tighten it down. Okay, so here's where the throttle cable connects to the throttle itself. And the Skunk 2 has a bracket that comes with this, but what I'm going to do is fabricate my own bracket. The reason for that is that they're known to break apart. The Skunk 2 bracket are known to break and leave you stranded. So what I'm going to do is just going to fabricate my own at another video or another date, or maybe off camera. So basically it will mount the cable just like that, and then adjust the throttle cable right here. All right, now lastly is the intercooler piping. It's a lot cooler now, so I could install it without burning the silicone hose. I don't have a silicone hose to connect the top piece, but once that gets here, I'll install that as well. Okay guys, let's take a look at everything. So let's look at the passenger side intercooler piping. Looks pretty good right there. Let's look at the other side. Fairly simple design, straightforward. Again, if you got a Skunk 2 manifold, don't use this bracket that comes with it. It's gonna fail on you. You're gonna be stranded. Go ahead and buy a solid billet piece or fabricate your own. I guess I'm going to do that later on off camera. Okay, it's been a couple days now and we're back. I just want to show you updates of what I did off camera. So here's the engine bay with a few updates. So I was waiting for this part right here, the silicone hose. So I ordered a silicone hose with this hump right here. So it flexes a little bit. It's not needed, but it's good to have a little flex. So also I welded the sensor, air temperature sensor, to the intercooler pipes. And I also took the battery tray area right here out so I could clean it up and make it a little bit more nicer. Also, the reason to remove this is to put a smaller battery right here, and then you have more room to kind of like work on this area, get to the alternator and all that stuff. So I removed this completely, and then I'm going to clean up later. Another thing you can see right now is that the radiator is back in place and intercooler pipe fits perfectly. What I need to do next is put the water neck for the thermostat, and it looks like it lines right up to where it should be. If I use the Miata upper radiator hose, it should fit right perfectly for that. I took the sensor right here and put it on my other car because it's needed, but I'm going to put another sensor back on here. Alright, now taking a look at the throttle cable right here. So I made a bracket for it. Just an L bracket, and drilled 2 holes to hold it in place, and made a little slit right here for the bracket that goes on. So this is much stronger than the Skunk 2 bracket, and it should not leave you stranded. And the throttle cable is connected and routed through the back right here into right here. And what I need to do next is connect the brake booster line right here. All new components. Brake booster, brake master, and the clutch. I gotta figure out what line I need for this to reach all the way into the clutch area. So I'll figure it out later. And the intercooler side for the turbo is nicely routed, and now has the silicone hose with the clamp on there, and it's looking pretty good. It's not hitting anything, like right there. Also, you can see that the lower radiator hose is in place. So just right there and straight to the radiator. Just looking at it again, I could have just used a factory hose and it might work. But this is kind of nicer. It's not too expensive, so might as well grab that. Next thing I need to do is sort out the fuel line right here. So the reason why I left this for last is because I'm not sure which hose is the feed and which hose is the return. Once I figure that out, I'll connect it to the fuel rail. But we're probably gonna have to drop the fuel tank soon, so I can figure that out. So that's probably the next goal, is drop the fuel tank. Also, I gotta make an exhaust for it. So there's a down pipe going straight down here into like the midsection over there. Once that's in place, I'm gonna make the exhaust and get the wiring tidied up, and that should be pretty much ready to start soon. So if you like the video, please like and subscribe, support the channel, and share it if you can. So I'll see you on the next video.
ハイパースピードメディア。